I've been in California for, a couple years now, and I've learned that there are 3 things Californians love. Yeah, check this out. In-N-Out, learning yoga from white people, and marijuana. A real talk, weed is everywhere here. There are billboards for dispensaries on every corner, and they're clearly designed by potheads in what appears to be Microsoft Paint. Okay? The designer's just like, good enough, time to blaze. Weed has been legal in California for so long, 420 isn't even special anymore. Okay? A holiday is only supposed to be one day. Like, what if every day was Thanksgiving? It was every day. Your drunk auntie asks, has therapy fixed your homosexuality yet? No thanks. Sorry, was that too real for some of you? No worries, fam, light one up, you're good. A lot of states have legalized marijuana, but check this out. In 2017, there were nearly 600,000 marijuana-related arrests in the US. Yeah, almost 600,000 people were arrested for doing the same thing that made Seth Rogen a millionaire. Me personally, I don't know much about weed. No, real talk. Someone once said to me they were sending me an edible arrangement, and I was like, no, I don't do drugs. Because growing up, I was such a nerd. I used to think that you should stay away from anything you couldn't do with your mom, or at least talk to her about. I know, I'm so cute. But real talk, if it's just between me and you, another reason I didn't smoke weed is because I didn't know what it would do to me. No, I hadn't come out yet, so I was worried that if I smoked weed, I wouldn't just tell everyone I was bi, I would just straight up start making out with everyone in the room. So I tried to get info from my friends, and I was like, hey, so, when you smoke weed, you're like, I don't know, like expose all your secrets or something. And my friends were like, no, why? And I'd be like, no reason, I'm chill. You chill, I'm chill. I'm just asking. But once weed was legalized in California, I started to warm up to the idea. I mean, who in California hasn't tried it? Okay, I'm not saying do drugs, okay? Listen, your body, your choice. Don't listen to, I don't want this to be the headline tomorrow, okay? Lily says do drugs. No. I already love Bob Marley. Okay? I don't need to smoke weed to know he's the greatest of all time. But when people find out I love Bob Marley and I don't smoke weed, they treat me like a Game of Thrones fan who hasn't read the books. Like, you're not better than me, okay? The finale sucked for both of us. The first time I decided to try weed, I knew I had to call my good friend Humble. I know some of you are thinking... Yeah. I know some of you are thinking, Lily, you should have gone to an expert. Well, first of all, here's a picture of Humble. No, he's not in the middle of a blink. That's just his face. Okay? And if you still don't believe me, he's right there. So Humble comes over with a spliff, or a blunt, a splunt. I don't know the terminology, okay? I don't know. Doobie, do people still say doobie? I have no clue. Anyways, he gives me the splunt and I take a toke on it. Again, don't know what I'm talking about. I take a toke and I'm like, I'm done, right? Like, I'm high. And Humble goes, that's not enough. I want to make sure you feel it, so you gotta do a couple more. Humble wanted me to smoke a lot because he's a firm believer that you can't get high your first time. I'm here to tell you that's not true. So I'm 5 tokes in at this point, okay? Always right. And we decide to do what everyone does when they're high. Watch the movie Bridesmaids. And can I just tell you, I feel like I'm in the movie. Which, honestly, as much as I love it, let's be real, could have been a little more diverse, so it's not that bad. Okay? But I'm freaking out. I literally feel like I'm in the opening sex scene with this couple, and I'm like, see, I was right, I'm making out with everyone! And I turn, and I look at Humble, and I say the words, I think I might be dying. Which is a mistake, okay? Even if you feel like you're dying, you never say those words out loud when you're high. Especially not around Humble, who at this point is also super high. So he looks me right in the eye and he says, maybe you are. And that's when things take a turn. Suddenly, I'm crying, I'm screaming, I'm lying on the washroom floor. Humble suddenly looks like Scar from The Lion King. And he's trying to get me to drink water, and I'm just spitting it out like, no! You killed Mufasa! You're trying to drown me! Finally, hours later, Scar's able to calm me down by playing some chirping bird noises until I fell asleep. This is a true story. He essentially calmed me down the same way you'd calm down a baby. And since I almost peed myself, that analogy isn't too far off. It was horrible. Definitely the worst experience of my life. But having said that, I still think weed should be legal. Yeah?